All right, good morning, guys and gals. This is a special Facebook version of the Tropical Outlook. Justin Burke here at ABC2. Working the iPhone is actually Mary Beth, our floor director. Say hi.
Hello.
Professional camera woman, and she's nervous to use the iPhone. Are you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You call me sir for it. All right, check this out. I wanted to first show you the look at the hurricane climatology. Some of you got to see this morning. A few others just missed out because we were off cable. All right, typically you're going to get some development right here, northeastern section of the Caribbean and working across this section of the Atlantic. We've got a storm right now, Katia. Some of you heard about that, and it's way out here in the Atlantic. Now, typically this would either take a southern track, work through the Caribbean, or work its way north of these islands, the Lesser and Greater Antilles, and then curve away from the United States. Now check this out. We are watching the September climatology. Mid-September is the peak of hurricane activity, so you see these red zones, the hot zones, and the same general idea. Any storms here will typically curve away from the U.S. or take a southern track. All right, let's take a look at Katia this morning. Looks like a very impressive storm, a name a lot of you have heard. It's still a tropical storm. It's not a hurricane, all right? And as we take a look at the stats from the National Hurricane Center, 65 mile per hour sustained winds. Look at that. That's 2,800 miles away from Miami. And we're going to take this forecast and pull it back a little bit, Mary Beth. We see this timestamp goes through Friday, goes through Saturday. We're a Cat 2 to a Cat 3 hurricane by Labor Day. But look where it is. It's north of those islands. So climatology tells us this is going to pass somewhere between Bermuda and the East Coast and probably closer to Bermuda. So we're going to try to ignore that for the time being. Some people say it may actually miss a trough and stay south. Right now it's an 80% chance that it misses us, a 20% chance that maybe it stays farther south. But for the time being, let's shift our focus towards the Caribbean. Now this little cluster out here, that is a system that only has a small chance right now from the Hurricane Center to be named, but other computer models are picking up on it, and it looks pretty healthy. This is western sections of the Caribbean. It's already spreading some moisture up through Cuba and southern Florida and into the Gulf Coast, and that is something that would really take some high interest here because that could push itself into the Gulf and could actually work itself towards New Orleans or Pensacola, Florida, as we head through the holiday weekend. All right, Mary Beth, pull back. Now I want to show you a computer model. I know I said last week some of these mid-range models don't do a good job with tropical systems, but since it's not a full-fledged tropical system yet, let's go in here and take a look at it. This is a look at the GFS model, all right? You got this on the 4 panel. I'm going to run this through a little timeline first, and I want you to notice a couple of features. First of all, we got quiet weather across the east, and there's the storm starting to pop itself up. This is on Saturday, and then watch that low pressure deepen as we head on in through Sunday. Look at that, and look at all that moisture working on towards Pensacola, Florida. Now we're going to take ourselves across Florida. This is just one computer model. Monday, Labor Day Monday, we've got moisture left over here from the old front that actually stalls. And then watch that stuff. Unfortunately, look at what the GFS does. It stalls it. It just stays here. So let's go back and forth. Back to where it forms. And then on and through Florida, the southeast, up the coast. At this stage of the game, I'm going to tell you, I really don't see this being a full-fledged hurricane or tropical storm if this does make it up our way. Probably just the remnants of a tropical system that could get named Lee. Needless to say, this, I think, is the bigger focus, and this time frame would take us on and through Wednesday of next week. All right, so Katia, anyone's trying to give you a 10-day forecast, come on. Irene thought it, the models thought it was going to pull them to the Gulf Coast, and Florida just a week before. What do you think about that, Mary Beth?
I think you're usually right.
Oh, jeez. Actually, she's holding my camera. All right, so keep checking online, abc2news.com. We got a great hurricane tracker. I'm watching this for you. Don't sweat it. It's still early. I just wanted to let you know there's a possibility that, we could get a lot of rain from a front this weekend that could stall and then work back with whatever happens, Lee or not Lee, early next week. We'll see you online. Have a great day.